I really appreciate the effort to talk to me from your listeners. No more pressure. Hey, talk to him. Yeah, obviously, it's very amazing. So, how the prophecy came about is very much amazing. I always say, what do you be exactly? And confidence level, how is it possible that I'm able to go into that detail and then go with regards to all the things I was saying? I'm making it to say it's nothing.
Okay.
The situation is because of the fourth dimensional capacity, as I explained to you earlier, like Ezekiel, Enoch, John the Revelator, Daniel, and all of those people. All those people had the capacity to be able to see through time, manifest through time, and operate through time. That is the.
If you now calling it here.
Exactly. Obia when it be there to say Elijah, be there to say we how they call it maybe a Hosea, different kinds of people. But the capacity to be able to see through anything. We see through time, we see through reality, we can bend through time, we can bend reality in any shape or form. And once we see it, I'm seeing this microphone and I can test that this is a microphone.
Okay.
I see it vividly like that, that this is what it is. As I'm living within it. Within that angle, there is no change, there is no shaking, it is very clear.
Edu Sunday anopa. Say ompo de can say Saturday anwumre na ampanso na dem. Na how were you feeling?
Oh, you know, say I have seen this kind of situation before. It was not it was amazing.
Okay.
But we've seen it before. Once the people around me now, you will fear and stuff like that was watching what was happening. No? We were more or less like it was normal because they've seen those kind of prophecies, like crucial, tangible ones. Plenty. We were used to it. We were just there sitting down laughing. I said, some people in the politics, because I don't follow politics at all. Me politics. I don't know a lot of people at all in politics. Unless any panamician one-on-one. Now, Abana, later when I leave, then they're like, I wouldn't say Nipa we need. So I know them by people saying that's the person. But I don't know the politics. And it was mainly amazing and we give glory to God, but that's how God works. Obey your baby. This is just the beginning.
I see. Obi can say no. They all kind abem. Future to say.
Absolutely. Future, it is very amazing.
Oh my say Misa say ebe yedi.
Yeah, oh my need
okay, answer no baby obe answer sa question no. Misa say Edia na NPP for lose ye.
Yes, okay, break it down more.
Okay.
The losing of NPP people, nature said. I was there in 2020.
Okay.
And I was awoken out of a lowly sleep from the caves of the prophetic.
Where I said, oh, they're breaking it down from the caves of prophetic. They say, and come say boom, and I said,
yeah. Also, Elijah came out, Elijah the Tishbite, came out with a decree. He said, one moment of their one of P out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And then he made a very crucial decree. He came out of the caves where prophets are groomed. Anytime at all we have no inspiration from God to speak, we are always hidden.
Okay.
And once I've been in trend before, Mashen Komama, it has blown all over the world. Where I call BBC and everywhere before.
Okay.
Once I was done with that, the work was done. I reversed back to begin to hold the prophetic hold again and to see what goes on, and then what is necessary, I'll talk. What is not necessary, I hold back here. But how they fell off is in 2020, after Mahama lost the election and then they won the election. God woke me up again and he said, go and make sure by divine orchestration that Mahama becomes the president. Follow this step-by-step approach and make sure that this man is placed on the seat. Within 2 years, the directions was fully done. Everything that had to be done was done. Once it was done, anything that made PA catch on will say, the election will conclude at this percentage.
Eti Yankopon de abatoɔ no hyɛ wɔn nsa sɛ make sure sɛ ɔmampanin dada John Dramani Mahama ɛbɛtena akonnwa no so.
Absolutely. Not that battle, but Mahama himself, because of his destiny. Okay. The Bible said that to he whom he foreknew, he called. He whom he called, he justifies. He whom he justifies, he glorifies. So, we have fought through justification, and the ministry that we're standing at the foundation of the prophetic hold in the fourth dimension. What we're standing is God picks the foolish things of the world to confound the wise, which means if the thing is already perfect, we are not interested. But at the end of Titoa, if Mahama had not won the election this year, it would have been the biggest disappointment on a human being in Ghana. That would have been the biggest trash of his entire, how do you call it, political record. Nobody has ever been like that.
And India.
Because if you follow the trend of how he became a president, then aside becoming a president, then you lose the election after 4 years. Nobody has gone through that situation before. And after that, while you lose election, what contest the second time, you lost again. And then you come the third time and then you lose. You become a laughing stock. It's so funny. And it's a big disappointment. And I was actually there. Now I'm sure from the dimension. If Mahama had lost the election this year, it would have been like a done deal. Now maybe it would be so amazing. I wouldn't want to say further, but things that would have happened would have been very different.
Inti say one mayor president na anka NPP for na win anka de nebesi.
If NPP had won the election in 2024, as I'm sitting down here, I saw branches of time, as I always say.
Yeah.
There was no possible branch in time that they ever won the 2024 election.
Wow.
There was no possible branch in time. And fourth dimensional capacity, we watch that.
And the man ne banks, I say, their branches now, senior all can no prophetically, sa branches no more nyebi, and the Nancy, I was a manuku no more. Sa branches no more nyebi.
Okay. One thing I would always say is, one thing I don't like to say is anything about other people in another angle. Okay. So what I would say is, God woke me up from a lowly sleep, from the caves of the prophetic, to make sure Mahama becomes president. And he gave me the guidelines and the results, how it will happen, the step-by-step approach, so that at the end, he will become the president. So those other side within the NPP or the presidents, why they couldn't fall into that angle, it is a mystery that I will hide. I will not break it deeper. But
okay, yeah, sorry, I'm not catching them.
Absolutely. Exactly.
Wow. Omampeni abedi Dr. Baumia. Obetumi president woman.
Omampeni abedi Dr.
Baumia. Well, Lucy. Ebetumi aba said that bi no. Obe president.
Okay, let me break it down for you. Dr. Baumia here. When I looked at him in the spirit, I always say that I look at the trace of the person's timeline, not politics, but he himself. As a Michelle, when I looked at him, deep inside him, there is no evil in his heart.
And you know, as Dr. Baumiano, as a person.
As a person, not everybody. There is no evil in his heart.
Okay.
That is a good man.
Okay.
That is a good man. There is no evil. Yes, but there are people that have evil in their heart. This one is a good man. But to become the president in Ghana, it is a mystery in time. I said I saw him sitting on a hill with one tree on it, and he's eating the fruit of the tree alone. That is the prophetic timeline. That mystery is hidden in time, which I cannot reveal. Oti hill.
Okay,
there was like a tree there, and a fruit from the tree. That was what was happening. But it's a very deeper mystery, which I cannot reveal to you.
Not just about me, I'm independent. No. That's independent.
As a Jesus guy, I
year ben no. Year ben na uhu say otisa he ono so na odi fruit alone no
2033.
2033.
Yes.
Okay, into 8 years. I have been yeah to 2028. 2032 no. Nakuja. Baumia may go independent. So for Anna.
You are the one saying.
At the end, a man, Cotina, oh, the main cassa prophetically, no, Yanina Yeranian communicating in prophetic realm. Indeed, at the end, they see ya, or Cotinas, I no sooner, and I say, here no sooner, all the fruit alone. I will be uncanny.
It's the same, no. At one point in time, no one rat dimension in lines, no very typical. But I'll give you one single key within it, how he found himself there.
Okay.
Exactly. I saw, say, there is a meeting. They handed a letter and they tore it into two. It's a very simple story. That's how far I go.
Man, the letter. And not tea letter.
That one is
the letter, man.
actual reality that I'm looking. Key hidden in time. I don't have utterance to unveil it.
I'm not be letter. Yeah, what team? And Crofona, Omobo and no money contest is about we no. Omoka any pekuona a man a letter no be ana. Like say Omo ma about me a letter no in time no.
Yeah. Also Omoka.
A big home.
Oh, and I make you know. So as a tip, you know, in the dimension, in the records of time, when I'm looking at the time plate, some things are there. They said no man dare speak of it. So I can't utter. I don't have utterance capacity. When he says speak of it, I'll start speaking because it's delicate situation. It's in time, and the same way things happen. Once the utterance is there, I'll release it. Exactly.
Alan bet me about back to NPP. So once and then they are made
all right, okay. I mean, break your other moment. You are asking if it's a possibility. Say, Obey by NPP. There will be a meeting to be able to rejuvenate everything in a specific month, to be able to gather things together and then restructure. But to be a back and forth situation.
At the end, because I keep repeating, at the end, it has become difficult to reorganize the party. Say, Bejina the Nasubium. At the end, at the end, Bubusa, Amanyokoya, I said, send your head, oh, Buamboa, Noah, Enye.
Yeah,
I didn't. Because they say, I can say, Baumiati, here so, oh, Didi, Alanso. It will be difficult, say, Ebia, Obeba, Ebe back and forth. At the end, Kosua, at the end, to me,
yeah. Also, there is a, I told you I was awoken from a lowly sleep. 4-dimensional prophets, once we are awoken, and the younger ones, the little ones, and the younger ones, you can count them on one finger, one hand, one palm of mine. Once we are awoken, and we come with a prophetic decree, it fulfills its specific time. I told you, there will be 2 parties running for the power.
Okay.
The NPP party will go, NDC party will come, division will happen in the NPP party, and then a small tree will come and take over from the NDC party, which means the other party, they are not even part of the calculation. Don't say anything.
And the next say, NPP are who need. And then who need you so dinner the nice so. And now all form a government.
Exactly. Until you see branches in time. Until some branches are readjusted. And it is a very crucial situation.
Abusiafo your name Prophet Telvin Sowah. So for penny or a prophetic life embassy. Yeneno na kasi. So for Emro Mampeni Mahama 2025 you didn't see a so or up to 4 years. You entered the first year, second year, third year, fourth year.
Okay, I'll start from this angle and say, as the Bible made it very clear, God picks the foolish things of the world to confound the wise. That's how the foundation of our ministry is. Your bar has a 4-dimensional capacity to prophesy. We pick that which is not there to be able to adjust, to fix that which is broken. That's the foundation, exactly. So in that regard, John Dramani Mahama will be able to do very well in adjusting many things. Even if you think there is because when God gave me the prophetic decree and the foundation to be able to work so that he becomes a president, there was a very strong sword that lies by the prophetic decree, that he who tries to disappoint his presidency will not see the light of day. What that basically means is anybody that is appointed by the president to do any function that plays games, because a leader is to assign and appoint. So anyone that is assigned and appointed and is supposed to do something and they are not able to function, with regards to what you're supposed to do, accordingly, and then they start playing with the people.
Okay.
In 2 years. There will be 2 situations that we have to deal with.
Okay, call one.
There will be no vice president and there will be a running president. Have you seen a president that is running? And no vice president. That is the foundation in time. The most difficult reality that I was looking at. Yet, time has been adjusted specifically.
It can be adjusted.
It is being adjusted.
Okay.
Specifically. Now let's move to the next stage of that reality. When Mahama comes into power, Obi Katra will say,
I know that happened within 4 years. No, say a president running, but there is no vice president.
Exactly.
Wow. I know ye said Bremunsem, and I say a Obina. Yes, and say there shouldn't be any vice president.
It is in time, and we are just in time.
Okay.
We are just as much as we can. You see, we are sharing common when we prophesy. We are, once it is there, we are operating through 4 dimensions. The things I say, the reason I'm making it easy and simple like that is, it's very difficult for any third party from anywhere to try to even turn the thing upside down. That's the problem.
I see.
It's almost impossible unless you walk in the 4th dimension. And as for them, they can fit into the room. If we bring all of us from the world, we'll fit in. So there it's not easy. And it's by the grace of God.
Okay.
Me, I was walking my somewhere and God found me.
Okay.
And he led me into something I didn't know was possible. And I've seen amazing things. But let's break down to how Mama will run the country.
Okay.
Now, there will be positivities and everything. I told you, I said on an interview that once he becomes president, I don't know what they did. There's a good public relation that gave access to a lot of Ghanaians to travel easily. As if our name made sense in the international market. Our name made sense. That
rough.
Exactly. That if you get to the embassy or try to get a visa, the name Ghana was making sense to the world, where we had value out there. That's the thing. If somebody tells you, say, Mahama Ghana better than America, UK, Qatar, or any other thing, that's fairy tales. That's campaign communication. He is a human being.
Okay.
And definitely he may appoint people but make mistakes as well, because wrong people can also be appointed. And those people will do very silly things that will affect so many other things, sometimes one way or the other. And at the end of the day, you know, he may try his best. He's one man. But one thing I always say is that if they have patience for him through the 2 years, in the 3rd year of Mama, when you sit down in Ghana, you will be comforted. You will be comforted. I can assure you that in 2 years from that time, when you are in Ghana like this, once there people complain and I say, it will never happen. And I will see a news in August 24th.
August 24th?
Specifically.
2025?
No, in 3 years, the 3rd year of Mama's reign.
Okay.
That specifically, it was recorded that throughout a full year and more, there has never been light out in anything above a small circle of an exploded transmission.
Hey.
Transformer, as they call it.
Wow.
Full record. There's never been light, even when the rain is falling, no light. Because there's a system that is coming in. The man is now appointed to restructure all the old mistakes, to come and prove that is the only thing he's doing, and to correct that he has actually done something and he's willing to do something. I'm not campaigning for Mahama, but I'm telling you the truth.
They will soon ever manifest.
I'm showing you the news specifically.
Wow. Obeko 4 years and now 8 years.
Mahama,
Aye.
I cannot disclose that timeline as well.
I see. Abusiafo, more tinsem. Aye, yet tinsem pa. Enti mami misa say, or any time now, why they take you over?
All right, that.
Papa, bana de wa befi han. Onsa krefem. Anya if ye ketwa.
Absolutely.
Yes, the capital antino. Ye pesi ye huni nyina na fe ye record it wo. Onsa na oba ye watch now. Nti was say ye hu say why na take you over? Oba na bema. O de nya ni din kura our region ben na fe ye hwe senior ebeko no.
The time a female will rule Ghana, that year has not yet come. That timeline, I have the exact timeline, the exact 4 years, but it's not yet up. And if someone makes up their mind, say, yeah, we may adjust time to be able to keep a balance within time. But in your mind, if somebody is thinking that in 2028 there will be a woman running for president, it's a different story altogether.
And at 2032, so no, Oban to me, MD or my name.
Not at all. Not at all. It's very far. It's very far.
Adentina in time, no, Oban to me, be or man penny. Akonya no empe oba se manade.
No, not at all. Oba betimi abe yet man.
Okay.
But then in time it is not available in any branch of time I'm looking at. But there is a specific timeline.
Okay.
Let me break it down to how the branches of time look like. In the fourth dimension, in the realm of the spirit, where you dream and you go and walk around. Maybe everyone say upon chibi pamo, that place.
I want to operate free.
That's where I am. This is the realm of the spirit.
I see.
People dream and have illusions there, but it's actually reality. So in that dimension, there is a stream of time. It's a dimensional flow that only the prophets that stand and speak in front of God, the ones that stand in the presence of God, can be able to see through that time, like Ezekiel and all those people. So they operate in a very, very deep function. So once they are in that angle, we are able to see different branches of time, which means we say, okay, this one goes here, and then it ends up in this place. This one goes here, and it ends up. And I can actually pick your branch of time and know exactly how your life will end, the whole story like a book.
Wow.
And you have to live it. You will be living the story. Even if in the story it says you are supposed to end up in Togo, and you say, me, I won't go to Togo. By the time you realize you are in Togo, one way or the other, something will find you in Togo. You'll find yourself in Togo. That's the thing. Yeah. So that's how that thing operates. So in all the branches I'm looking at, because I've really checked, and there was none. See, the one that I'm seeing is very far. It's not close at all. Not at all.
I see. And so for now, almost come na ambemuno. Almost sorry, nebekwa kusise.
Okay. One thing about that is, I always say, men of Philadelphia men, let brother love continue. As I was on an interview on PENDREAM TV, PENDREAM TV, I told you people that prophecy that people say, come and burn my church and everything, those people that are saying that, I said, don't go and burn anybody's church, don't fight anybody, because that prophecy, I told you before the election, that is going nowhere.
Okay.
Nothing is going to happen. It's just talking. Now, let me break something down for you. When you're prophesying and your prophecy is being influenced, or you're close to some people, if you don't take care, prophecy will be influenced by them.
Okay.
And that's the problem. We are human beings. And if you bring me $2 million, $3 million, ever told they be afraid them income share, no, it will never go for anyone. It will just keep going for you. And see, obe lose so a crime, see obe win. Now me see me ya contract me, yes. Well, for Mahama to become president, in secret, I have combed the whole 16 regions of Ghana. Every part of Ghana. Through the night, through the day, through the midnight, through the sun, through the storms. So the work is set. Once God says it, we move. Once we move, it is executed specifically. There is nothing anybody can do about it. Once and it.
Na unian maso for na bi hye nkoma no say agi say we anye we na mo the window ato but in your case it's not like that adenti na free say unian maso for ebinum be say.
Okay, it depends. One say I always say many people have the way God works with it, and I told you that sometimes belief is also based on the capacity of what you see. If you don't believe in what you see, you won't be able to address it well. But if you believe in what you see, you'll be able to break it down accordingly. Maybe a nipana bana wabeshenkom. Maybe uncomption and say they put escape route to it. It's like an exit door. And to move a main door and to assemble all the exit door at what then you get out of it. So you can say okay, me who say Mahama be we need election. But ma say who say one share adie no ba omi abetimi agi. But say Mahama nkonko hu we ansa na obetimi we. That is the wrong time for a prophet to come out to speak. A prophet should only come out to speak when it is certain. People came out and were saying, change. It is blatant lie. Take it from me. Blatant lie.
And so for no say a change a shifty and then na ba how tina na ba no.
Yes.
It's I'm try intro.
Kotobra intro.
Oh,
sorry, yeah.
And so for now, because I'm say and week we're not safety kwa as a dear table tennis. Na and the kwa not na ba. Odifo ajeso si omu try
intro. It's a big lie. It's lie, it is intro. And one thing I want to say right now, I am not the master of all prophets. I won't even claim to be anything. But by the grace of God, I have learned, I have tried, I have mastered. God has walked with me through the fourth dimension over the years. And one thing I can tell you, if me in my house, they know I'm a prophet.
Okay.
Nobody plays with my words, even at home, including my mother, everybody.
Okay.
My mother calls me Papa. Do you understand what that means? Your mother respects you as a prophet.
Yeah.
Everybody respects me like that because from when I was young, when I tell you this is coming, it is coming. There's nothing you can do about it. That is the prophetic word is given by God, not by man. It's not by our strength, not by our power. It is God that is doing his own thing. You understand how it is? And it is so big, but now no say we be up here. I am telling you, it's not part of prophetic ministry. It's a big fat lie. It is we here that have accepted that lie and we have inculcated it into our life because most people there have a gullible way of thinking. I always say that my prophecy is for unbelievers.
Okay.
I want unbelievers to watch the prophecy and say God is alive.
Wow.
When you watch it as an unbeliever, it's not for believers. God, believers will say amen to it. I want those that don't believe anything, and then when they finish watching, they're like, how? I need to figure this thing out. How did he get it right? How was it so correct? That's the kind of thing we want to push that angle where they can understand it.
So for Adia Bakwa, we politics free wa. Edagana for akoma so football. Ediana have Black Stars.
Black Stars I made a prophecy before in the World Cup, I think in July. I made a prophecy. The World Cup was in November somewhere, I believe. And I'm sure I told them what will happen. During African Cup, I told them you go, you not win any match, you come back. They thought it was a game I was playing. It happened. Then we came back and I told them that, listen, I've said the first prophetic word. Maybe you think it's a joke. Maybe you look at my face and, oh, baby face, you ain't say nothing.
when you need a baby face, no. Because so be crack and tell me say small boy Ben na better na oh no I shall come.
They'll be wondering, oh, he's not saying anything. But then I came back and I said, you know what? For you to understand what is going on, Ghana versus Portugal, that time was in July. Yeah, but match no in November. Okay. And I said, for you to know, I'm not playing. The first match, the first play that will go on. The Ghana versus Portugal will play the match. There will be 5 goals in the game specifically. Ghana will take 2, Portugal will take 3. Inaki Williams got empty pole. He couldn't score the goal. Prophecy must be fulfilled.
See. Yeah, be call World Cup nibi. Say Cup of Nations in the Diego. World Cup you be kobi.
I've not still told you the problem.
Yeah. Exactly. I said me punk up pentem.
The problem is there are foundational altars that runs in the affairs of the country. The country needs its own people to carry the banner of the country. That's what I told them. If they want Ghana to hit African Cup and win it, win World Cup and everything, they should divide the team into 2. Bring 50% local players, 50% international players. Or even scrap out international players and cover it with local players. All the players we know here. Those that come back here. They shouldn't bring anybody that is coming from anywhere. Don't force anybody to travel from anywhere. Come. Go and look for the local players. At least 50% of them, 50% of international players. What I mean by international players, I'm not talking about player Kudus and all those people. I'm talking about those that are there. They are putting themselves there. They have naturalized there. Begging them to come in here.
Okay.
Not at all.
And almost no spiritually there na yetia team no. Spiritually no there na sa there na yetia team no. Say obi naturalize anasi awu obi oboma country bi ni akopa na Chelsea na de na ba. Spiritually no ekwan meso na affect team.
Exactly. In the dimensions of the spirit, one important thing that happens there is as I told you, there are altars that function in every country. Every country has a specific spirit code. Anybody that stands to carry the banner of the country, it's like going to war. Wars and everything happen. That is why they brought in games and football to break down those things. It's history. But then, in that regard, you cannot let a soldier that has defected to another army come back to your camp. That is a very questionable situation. That is in warfare tactics. But in reality, once the person is already going to another country or doing whatever they want to do where they are playing in that regard, no need to force them.
I see.
No need to force. So we've seen a player in UK. We can naturalize him. He's very good. He can play very good on their pitch. But once he gets here, the altars will never allow him. Never. He will leave here, play, score. Come here, 0. He will go. Even if you bring Vinicius to Ghana, he won't score 1 goal till he leaves.
And Ghana problem no, and yet coach has him.
No.
And your management has him.
There are spiritual implications in football. It's a game of 2 countries. When honor comes into play, people work spiritually. And if you don't set the right marking and have the real spiritual backing to be able to handle what you're doing, you will just be running and Jessica but then no cap, no nothing. If Ghana wants to go to the World Cup, they should stop scouting international players. They should come to Ghana, go through the leagues, choose players by determination. When they are done choosing those players, they should come. We'll give them direction, and then we'll give them the exact prophetic. Here, when you come to me for any direction, there is no amount of money. I try to say between.
Okay.
We'll show you what to do. When you go and you come and you get what you want to get, then you come and the collector will come after 21 days.
I see.
It is established.
Paite mami 2 course. Mami 2 course na mema Ghana for so mra nkomo imu na because na no on betwa ball me san say metenase na menkuana me bon komo no 0302208090 0302208090 me fa 2 course pe na fe yede nkomo twetwe no aba awiye 0302208090. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello.
Udini baby okase free.
Almost say William Greco.
Willie Yetio.
William Greco.
Yetio.
Actually, Goshi. Yeah, he was over with Nikaba. some Yaji ready for say Mahama baby. Papa some number I hear Papa.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it, pa. Hello, good afternoon. Udini baby okase free. I'm quite pay your voice in a kakra my. Eat you. You, yeah, that's it, pa. Pa, tell my last call now, fee. Hello, good afternoon. Udini baby okase free. Tina. Yanko. Tina Yanko. Oh, Tina and Jimmy, you so. Last call. Hello, good afternoon. Udini baby okase free. Musa eat you. Tell Nyanko. You get us a papa. And I see for course, Miss Ya, for Kobe, dear you. Odifo, yet they name come up to train the Bessia. They say, Senya, or my Nadiwa Tumino. Yes, Yajiwa to me was so 98 with her. More 98 na because Nakuja do koye campaign waba antino ye say obey presidential staff and say bibisa but ni nyina mu no ye be hwe de nyankopon be patcho wa sore ne wayifa
Prophetic Life Embassy and as it stands now I'm building the headquarters now.
Okay.
So by the ending of December the headquarters will be completed.
Okay.
And then I launch out the first opening so that everybody can be able to come and encounter.
Head office no who see where in fact. Okay. Okay.
Yes. Oyibi Central police station. One of there's a place called Prayer Camp.
Okay.
Yes. Just the central point of view. When you're through, so it's not difficult to identify.
Prophetic Life Embassy. Okay. Na maybe o ha e betumi afrani ene wadwetwen komo na fe o social media handles so no na onya kwan ko ho ene Ghana for interactive dey.
Yeah. Once I'm young, like Gen Z people, and we are with the phone. We can do stuff here. And to me, you see your phone easily. So mainly, my numbers, I'll put it out.
Okay.
It's 02622 36360.
Sense should be
026 22 36360. And then all other social media. Prophet Telvin, Prophetess Telvin, or Telvin Sowah. Once you write it or Google it or anywhere, all the information will come.
I see.
Everything.
I am for time, babe. Every time, babe.
Mainly, my phone lines are opened up to 12 midnight.
Wow.
Up to 12 midnight. Wow. And then there is no more. But
this Benson or they are sorry.
Once we launch, then we open the days.
Okay. Yeah, that's it, Papa.
Yeah, building very beautiful headquarters. And it's a very beautiful place when we build it. You'll be like, we spent quite a lot of money. So it's a blessing.
Ebusian for your name, Prophet Telvin, Sowah. On your Yankopon Casa, no near no. And your name to common. Ghana for there's a name na. Na enti ye de radiase on say if you ha no sebe impredia say mfo bi akekemba enti no de nipa na ba na enim die enti ye de na ba na oba ye nso de Nyankopon fa so ye no ahye nyina animonyam enti awrade nhira wo se wo nso ama ho kwan na Nyankopon yusu sa ye da ase papa afi na kuja nso Nyankopon nhira no I to know for say nyame fa oso kasa on slow down now be no what twin ntokwa bi wo social media no ko ntokwa mfa ne ho to nefo na fe bibi anye fine